In my lounge today is the amazing Kerrie Dorman, who is founder and chief ambassador of the Association of Business Mentors. Welcome, Kerrie.
Thank you, Vanessa. Always a pleasure.
I think the clue's in the name as to what we're going to be talking about.
Indeed.
Right, so first of all, a bit of background. Tell us who you are. 60 seconds, away we go.
Okay, so I am the founder of and the chief ambassador of the Association of Business Mentors. I am a practicing professional business mentor, which means I use my experience to help others in their careers or in their businesses. Yep. I'm also a mother to 4 amazing children, and a role that I take extremely importantly alongside my role at the Association of Business Mentors.
4 children, that is a role indeed. So tell me, what made you found it? What made you found the association in the first place?
So I was a serial entrepreneur when I started off my business life, and yep. I started 7 businesses altogether, the association being one. So let's say 6. Yeah. And a couple of them didn't work out. In fact, they're big failures. But anyway, let's focus on the ones that were successful. Yeah. I sold 4 of them, and on the back of the last sale, I was asked to be a mentor to business owners on a government project. And quite frankly, it was a mess, and there was no structure, no guidance for mentors. There was a scrabble at the end of the program to make notes and monitor the progress or not, so to speak. So that just got my hackles up, because I'm a very organized person, and I like to see progression and whether things are working out, whether it's worth it or not. And so I founded the association to provide exactly that. So support for practicing mentors, so they get skills training and peer-to-peer mentoring, so we support each other. But equally as important, it's somewhere for mentees to go to know that they will find a mentor who has been through a certain process, and that they know what they're talking about in their sphere of experience. They've had skills training. Yep. This is really important. In fact, there is a stat that came out from Professor David Clutterbuck, our industry guru, that 1/3 of mentoring relationships work generally, 2/3 work if the mentors have guidance and training, and 90% work if mentees and mentors have training and support. So there we go. It was a no-brainer, and that's why the ABM was born.
And so what do you actually do?
So we provide a application process for mentors to go through in order for us to make sure and feel comfortable that they can carry the ABM logo. So that then gives the mentees reassurance that they've been through. We run programs we're currently running the Help to Grow program for government, along with a consortium with Enterprise Nation and Newable. That's very exciting, because we're reaching, our reach has tripled, which is fantastic. And we talk to government in order to make sure that standards of mentoring are loud and clear in the UK, in the SME world, as well as in the corporate world. Yeah. So that's one of my key roles as chief ambassador, is to talk to corporates and organisations where I have quite a bit of experience.
So tell me about success. So obviously you've run all these programs, you're working with government. What actual impact has that had?
So I'm going to stick to the corporate arena, because this is probably more than where we're kind of going for. So the mentoring programs that I've helped to run within organisations have created all sorts of wonderful environments. So in fact, I've made a little list so I don't forget, and I'm going to just read them out to you. So it has resulted in lots of promotions. Yep. It's resulted in a very safe space for employees to go to in what can be a political environment. It's allowed mentees, so employees, to be literally just the best that they can be. So I've had a couple of people on these programs who don't necessarily want to progress, but they just want to be the best that they can be at what they're currently doing. That's been great. Also, it's a fantastic way to find out about your company, because companies can be so massive, especially if they're international. It's a great way of finding out what's going on and knowing the company that you're working for. And sometimes it's also resulted in people realizing that they're just not in the right spot. And so that's best for company and employee too, because then they part company and people go on to bigger and better things elsewhere.
You know, that's really interesting, because sometimes you expect a mentoring relationship to progress you where you currently are. You never really look upon it as actually, this may be a way of me finding out that, I mean, I'm not in the right job, or I'm not in the right industry, or this isn't playing to my passions. So it's really, really interesting. So what advice would you give to someone seeking a mentor?
Firstly, find out whether your company is running a program, because
Yeah.
normally, well, I'd hope to say normally now these days, they are run with structure and a particular mission. If there isn't a company program in place, then come and talk to us, because we have lots of mentors. We have executive mentors, people who are operating within other companies that we can match. So that's quite interesting when that happens.
Fantastic. So an individual watching this, whether they're running a business or whether they're just somebody who's in the corporate world who's seeking a mentor, can come to you for advice. And obviously there's a cost associated with that, because these people have to get paid. Correct?
Sure, exactly.
Absolutely. So what's next for the National Mentoring Association? Is there anything exciting that you're working on?
Yes, there's a few initiatives coming to play. In fact, we're launching our new podcast, Mentoring Playbook, which
Like
is
that.
I know it's very cool. So it's to go alongside an actual toolkit. So we talk to specialists in the field of mentoring, and alongside that it'll be accompanied by a particular a tool. So there's many that are used in mentoring. So that is the first recording is tomorrow, and it'll be launched by the end of the month. And I'm a massive fan of podcasts, so I'm very excited about it. I'm the host, and so I'm really keen to get cracking on that. Alongside that, it's also my role to start talking to more organizations, corporates, and getting our expertise into programs in terms of providing the structure, training, skill set, monitoring, making sure that it's actually doing what it should be doing rather than ticking a box.
Absolutely. And I see the emphasis on the word monitoring, because sometimes, we see these programs go in and it's like, let's match these individuals and let's just leave them and see how they get on with it. But I think a number of corporates have learned that that's not the way to go, right? What doesn't get measured doesn't get done. As simple as that. So there has to be some checks and balances along the way.
Absolutely, in a nutshell. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And then people get really frustrated with mentoring and think that it's not worthwhile, when it absolutely is.
Quick
So
question. Do you think you should have multiple mentors or just one?
I think it is all down to the individual. Some individuals will need several in various different skills areas. Some might just need one. In America, they have what they call a formula of mentors. So they surround themselves with mentors from various different industries or departments or skill sets. So that's great. And if that's what you need as an individual, bring it on.
Yeah, absolutely. I quite like that. Different people for different things.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a good way to go. So how do people get involved? Where must they visit?
So they must visit the Association of Business Mentors website, or link with me on LinkedIn. I'm on a big LinkedIn campaign at the moment, and I'd love to link with anybody. So I'm literally Kerrie Dorman on there, and also my email address is on the website, and I embrace emails too.
Excellent. Not many people do these days. Emails, WhatsApp, LinkedIn messages, various other social media platforms. So I encourage you all go find out a little bit more about Kerrie's organisation, whether it is perhaps you're a seasoned business owner that wants to give back and become a mentor. There's something there. Whether you want to benefit from that mentorship, there's something there as well. Or whether you're a corporate thinking, how do I put a measurable mentorship program in place within my organisation? These are the guys to talk to. So Kerrie, thank you very much for joining me at One Tech World. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, good luck with the podcast.
Thanks. And you guys have a great day. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.